Hello everyone, this is week 10, Conducting an FVA. We have about 7 more weeks, including the finals, to end the semester. So this is the core of what we are trying to teach in this course, which is the functional vision assessment. We did go through why we conduct the FVA. I think everybody understands that now with all the discussions that we've been having. So this week, we are going to kind of learn how we are going to be conducting an FVA. So what to do, week 10, readings. So we do not have any textbook readings, but we have a lot of resources that we would like you to read. Apart from the resources, if you are kind of lagging behind in your textbook readings, I would highly recommend you to use this week to read those before you conduct your own FVA, because some of those readings are really, really important. So finish your textbook readings that is due last week, whatever you missed, and then you can read the resources for this week. And then you begin the major assignment 2. We completed major assignment 1 last week. So the next 2 weeks, that this week and next week, we will be working on major assignment 2, and that is just watching the videos and filling out the information you need from the videos that you will use it to write a report. And in lieu of all the work that is due, and in some sense to give you a little break, there's no discussion this week. So conducting an FVA, so we did go through the various components of the FVA last week. As you remember, we have kind of divided into 3 major components: the background information, observation, and one-on-one assessments. So this week, we're going to just focus on the major assignment 2 is the one-on-one assessments that you will watch. It's kind of you observing a live FVA. So in this week's resources, there is a document on components of the FVA document. I really like that. It kind of gives you a template of an FVA report. So save it in your drive. So when you're writing a report, it's really useful to have that format to have in handy. And then I also wanted to mention among the components of the FVA, usually when we write an FVA for our students, we kind of combine functional vision assessment and learning media assessment. For those of you who are not TVIs, learning media assessment is basically finding out the best modality, whether it's vision or tactile like Braille or auditory. So you kind of determine that. That is another assessment that TVIs do. We will not be focusing on LMA this semester, but next semester you will go through the LMA process. But in the practical field, you will write both of these in the same report. But this course, you're going to focus only on the FVA. And then we've also attached an article, which is an online survey of TVIs of what are the components they include when they write an FVA report or when they do an FVA. I find that very interesting, because after about 7 years of being a TVI, it just feels like, oh my God, they don't do this, or they do this regularly, that kind of stuff. So it's an interesting article, so please read that article. And then, so the other thing to note is when conducting an FVA, we have to know that how we conduct an FVA is based on the student. So next week, we will learn about the FVA components for infants in early childhood, and the following week is multiple disabilities and CVI. So you will know that there are some components we will probably add to get more data on infants in early childhood, or on certain components we don't do it because it doesn't make sense. So you will learn that in the next few weeks. And then we also added some resources on environmental factors that you will have to consider while doing the FVA. I really like there is a quick reference sheet on environmental factors that we need to consider. And this is important because you want to make sure that you get the best visual efficiency or the best use of vision during assessments. You will not have a student telling you, oh my God, it's dark, or I don't see this really. You do not see your student advocating for their visual needs in any of the assessments that you would do. So you want to make sure you have the right environment with respect to lighting, glare, whatever you do, you want to make sure as a TVI. And then there is a couple of lecture handouts by Audrey Smith on controlling the environment during low vision evaluation. That's a good resource to read. And then I just want to quickly let you know about the major assignment 2. So there are 2 sets of videos in this week's resources. The first set, which is back-to-back different pages in the Canvas, is Kyle's. So that is Dr. Conroy assessing Kyle's, and we are not, that set of videos is just for your information. It is not needed. You don't need to do anything with those videos, but from previous years, Dr. Conroy felt that the more students observe FVAs, the better they get. So we've added more videos of you observing FVAs. So the one that you need for major assignment 2 is a set of videos that says Brody's videos, is a student Brody and Dr. Conroy assessing Brody. So you watch those, like the 3 sets of videos, watch those videos, and then you read the Brody's reports, which is also attached, which is a medical report, and then the behavior consultation report. Take all the information you need, remember, for the first component, which is the background information, so you have an idea about Brody to some extent. And you will have to note for major assignment 2, you will see that not all components are assessed or not all are seen. So maybe you can write, we need to assess on these 2 based on the medical report, or on 2 areas, not more than 2 areas. Make sure that otherwise your points will be deducted. And then, so once you read all the background information and then you watch the videos, there are 2 forms. So that kind of gives you, like in a tabular form. So for example, it says visual acuity, and then you kind of write down what you observed in the video. So in that, in the first set of forms will tell you what to write while you're observing, so I like that form. So take a printout of that, and then take a printout of the blank form, and then watch the videos. So that way you kind of note down as you watch the videos. And remember, you will not get information with just watching it once. You will miss a lot of information. So make sure you watch it over and over again, because that's the only way you can fill in the information. And in real field as well, practical field, the more we observe and the more we assess these kids, you will get more information. And then the assignment for major assignment 2 is you submit the filled forms, and that's due November 10th. And that's about it for now. So you have a good week. We will see you next week. Bye-bye.